Alright, this video again, I'm gonna make a box, but we're gonna use some more complex tools to be able to do that. We're gonna really look at creating and mirroring our components. So I'm gonna make a rectangle for the base like we've done before. So I'm gonna specify some dimensions and then I'm going to finish that sketch and I'm gonna extrude it up by clicking the E key and then be able to bring it up by whatever my stock thickness is. I'm just gonna say it's a 1/2 inch. I'm going to create a sketch like we did before for one of the sides. And when I click on there, I'm going to find my endpoints and specify again 1/2 inch as that's my stock thickness. And I'm going to finish that sketch and then extrude that side up. So I'll extrude up whatever distance I want that to be. And then what we did before is we did the same thing on the other side. Again, I want to make sure that I'm creating this as a new body where I don't want to join it to the bottom at this point, or it's one piece. Now what I'm going to do is as opposed to looking at making just another sketch, it's symmetric. So I'm going to create a plane. I'm going to create a mid-plane between the two sides of my box. So I'm going to rotate around and get the sides of the bottom. And you can see it's created that plane that's right in the middle of the bottom. So if I was to resize the bottom at some point, that would stay in the middle. Now I want to mirror. I want to click on the body. I want to make sure that body is selected. I'm going to click on that body. I'm going to click the mirror plane and then the one that I just made. And now it will put that second side over on the other piece. I want to make sure again that's another new body so that I don't join it to the previous one. So again, because it's symmetric, I can use the mirror command to make that work. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the front and the back. I'm going to create one rectangle and then to then extrude up to be that side. So again, make it the same stock thickness and then finish my sketch and extrude it up. So click on the profile that I want. And then I'm going to go to object and click the top of my box and extrude it with a new body all the way to the top. I'm again going to make a new mirror plane. So I'm going to go to construct and hit a mid plane. And then I'm going to click on the other sides of the bottom and hit OK. And then again, what I'm going to do is click the mirror command and I'm going to click on the body that I want, which is that front. And then I'm going to click on the the body that I want. I can click it from the timeline if I want to, and then click on the plane that I've created, and then hit OK. And then there we go. We've created our box again, but using a different set of tools. And if we start to down the road when we do some parametric design and we change the dimensions, this way of having a set midplane is going to be more dynamic and more easy to change. I'm now going to add a top to my box, which is something that we haven't had before. I'm going to have the profile plane. I'll make sure that I get all of it by shift clicking and get that whole rectangle and extrude it up by my stock thickness. And again, making sure that it is a new body, that I'm not joining it to the other sides. So now we've created a box that has all of our sides plus a top. And we can start to add a little bit of embellishment to it by looking at either our chamfer or our fillet commands. And so you can see when you hover over it what each one will do. Basically, you specify the profiles that you want, so those lines, and then once you have them, you can either drag in or you can type what you want that to be. So this is something that we can use a router for to actually create some more interesting and elegant designs with our shapes at the end. So I'm going to, in this case, do a fillet, which is going to be that round over. I'm going to click on the sides of my box, making sure I hit all of those lines. And then when I do, start to see that we'll have that nice rolled, rounded component to the edges of the box. Again, orbiting and making sure I get them all. I can specify the radius that I want, making sure I have all edges, or I can use the arrow to basically drag in and see what I think looks the best. So there we go. We've created a box with a lid, and we have some nice edge work that we've done to actually make it look a lot fancier in the end.